Welcome everybody to the Cosmic Kickback. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you're washing your hands, voting, doing everything. Today we're going to be doing our first movie review. Actually, our second movie review, I'm sorry.
This is going to be like a straight movie review. Before we've done, I think Birds of Prey we talked about, all of our episodes are structured, like we'll talk about news and then we'll get into the main topic near the end. And the main topic for that one was Birds of Prey because movie had just dropped. But we're just going to go, we're kind of in preparation for the Snyder Cut dropping. We're revisiting all of the DC films, starting with Man of Steel and going all the way to I think Birds of Prey was the last one.
Some I haven't even seen.
We can skip Birds of Prey since we already did that one, but
just rewatch it, bro.
I mean, we could if you want. Yeah, you know, actually, we can't rewatch it because a lot of times you watch it the first time and then you'll see it again months later. Like when I first saw Rise of Skywalker, I was like, dude, this is so good. I called Jaden, I was like, bro, we got to see it as a squad. And then now I'm like, damn.
I didn't like Last Jedi, and rewatching it, I was like, okay, this is a good
The Last
movie.
Jedi, I was saying all over the reviews.
Opinions change when you watch movies again, and that's what happened with Man of Steel. I didn't hate it at first. I just actually, I was kind of just rewatching it. Josh has a lot more critiques, but we're just gonna go off that.
Yeah, this movie came out in 2012. It was Henry Cavill's first appearance as the Man of Steel. So we're pretty much just gonna critique the hell out of this, and then at the end we will, I guess, say if we think it's good or not. Maybe
we'll
drop our ratings.
1 out of 10 rapples.
Yeah.
So
and then so we'll just know these are coming. So we just watched this a couple weeks back, and we got all our notes on it.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go from throughout the movie, like from start to finish. We have everything in order. So off the bat, Nick, what you think?
From the first opening sequence, actually, and it wasn't too early to tell. But from the shots and the scenes on Krypton, I thought it had really good visual effects. Yeah,
it looks like all of its VFX. It opens up on the planet Krypton.
They're just acting in a green room.
Yeah, I have a ton of notes on this part. My first one, I wrote Krypton technology ... what? Question mark.
Actually, yeah, it was confusing. I remember we were watching it with our friend and we were just like, wait, what was it called?
I don't even know. The Codex thing?
The Codex, that's right.
That was a little confusing, but I was more so with this note. There's a scene where Superman's dad goes up to a spoon, like a flying spoon, or it looks like a spoon.
Oh, that's right, that little.
And then it's little dots, like orbs. They fill in and they make his wife's face, but it's all grayed out. And then he's talking to her, and it's just like. To me, I feel like if you just accept it, it's like, okay, whatever. But we're here to critique. So, we're critics. Yeah, I feel like it's a nitpick, but it's like, I feel like it would just be easier. If humans on Earth have FaceTime, why wouldn't they just have a video of the actual person and not like a gray version of them where you can't even see behind them? You just see their face formed. It is 3D, but it's weird because in it, if you think about it, the face of her, she says... oh, watch out, and then he turns around to fight something. So can she see him and the thing he's in? But he can only see her face. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can understand that critique then, yeah. Because at first, I don't really care, how their technology works. Yeah, I don't... Just because, they're an alien planet. I'm not going to understand everything. But yeah, that is kind of
It's the fact that how he could only see her face, and then you would assume she sees the same thing of him. But then she says, oh, watch out. And then he turns and shoots a dude or something. And it's okay, well, can she see? Is she just using FaceTime? And he got an Android or what is it? It's Krypton Android.
And the iMessage.
I also wrote a Zod haircut.
Yeah, it looks like Joaquin Phoenix is in Gladiator, if you've ever seen that. He has the curly fringe. Mm-hmm. It pretty much is the same thing.
I just thought it was funny because it just looks like he cuts his hair himself. Which, I mean...
The Kryptonian barbers.
They must not be good.
They must change.
I also wrote Zod is racist.
Alien racist.
I didn't actually... it is I think it would count as racism because we debate. You were like, bro, he ain't racist. And I was like, Nick. At one point, his one line, he says something like, oh no, I'm going to take control of our race and... make sure we only have the purest bloodlines. Only the purest can survive, which is exactly what Hitler said. Yeah. Pretty much. So, So we don't know what he doesn't specifically say no black Kryptonians or no Asian or whatever. We only see white Kryptonians. I think. Is there any other races on Krypton?
I don't know. Actually, it would be cool if there was green people.
Yeah.
Or like...
I didn't mean it to get into this type of thing. Is there other races? But
I don't know.
My main point was Zod is racist, which I thought, yeah, everyone should be against that. So that's a good way to set up your villain, make him racist. I do, but what I do like is I think Zod and Superman's dad, they both want to do the same thing, except Zod just threw in racism. So that's why he's against it.
Yeah, pretty much. They wanted to make a better planet, but he was just like, all right, but we got to do it without these bummies.
I think Superman's dad wanted it to be like...
They both wanted reform.
Yeah, Superman's dad wanted it to be...
in different ways.
Yeah, he wanted them to start having natural births, because at one point he says, our son is the first natural born in like 3,000 years of Kryptonian. And then Zod's like, heresy! And I wrote that down, so I remembered it.
Confederacy.
So he screams it.
The South is the best.
So I also wrote, no one has sex on Krypton.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Yeah, when he goes to get the codex, there's like literally he dives down into some water pool or whatever, and then there's just a bunch of embryos like hibernating.
Yeah,
like, that's where all the artificial ones.
Yeah, everyone's artificial except Superman, which I guess that's why everyone seems so mad. Like Zod is so mad. Maybe he hasn't had sex. He just needs to get laid. I thought that was kind of funny. You see, these are thoughts you don't think when you see it for the first time. You just appreciate it as is. Mm-hmm. You ain't thinking about if Zod's getting laid or not. But
you said that was the solution. You're like, dude, if they all just like... If
they did, dude, I guarantee you. One final thing on Krypton I wrote is, what do people do on Krypton? Because the whole... I like the visuals. I like how it's like, oh, this is definitely a alien planet. But we're looking at like their government because they're all like high ups. Yeah. And I want to know what does the average like person do on Krypton? Do they all have like militarized jobs, or are there people that are going to the mall? You know?
I mean, I don't know. You can look it up right now.
Oh, you want to look it up?
Shit, bro.
What do normal people do on Krypton?
I mean, it might pull something from the comics, but I don't know what the movie.
Yeah, well, that's just a little joke. A lot of my things are like half jokes to it, kind of like taking stuff too seriously in a movie that's about aliens that look like humans.
I mean, if your baby's grown artificially, would they even need like regular nourishment?
Oh yeah, they're still living organisms because they can reproduce.
Well, we know they have a military.
Yeah,
and I feel like if you're able to establish a military, you're supposed to have all the basic shit first. So
it's just like
you just assume they have like.
I mean, because like when you look at the whole landscape, it just looks like a very advanced. Everything looks all advanced and alien like stuff we wouldn't understand. But if you just like took the camera and went over the horizon, would you just see like school buses and like a normal suburban town and people are just like chilling? Because they're exactly like humans. Like the only thing that makes Superman super is the fact that he lives on Earth. He gets all his power from the sun. Like anybody from Krypton could be Superman.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go, bro. I guess we'll never know.
I just went straight to images. I don't want to read.
Let's see. Okay, I had one more Krypton note. I wrote they send Zod and the rest of the criminals off world to their like jail, right? But they do it like right before their planet is about to explode. So they're pretty much just saving them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they send them off into that prison.
Their prison's like a floating thing in space, which is pretty much like the Phantom Zone. So to me, it'd be like, okay, let's just keep them here if we're gonna die.
Yeah,
because they just sent off all the worst criminals on their planet to survive, pretty much.
Yeah.
So Superman would have been the only one left, but they saved them.
Didn't we ask too if like they were like cryogenically frozen or just like
that was confusing. I kind of just didn't care because what happens in the movie is when all of them get arrested for whatever, they're all standing there. Then some like liquid gel starts going from their legs up their whole body, and once it engulfs them, it freezes, and then they're kind of just stuck there. And then they form like I said, they look like penises. They look like
pretty much because like their feet, if you look at the human body, like pretty much their feet get frozen and then it just gets skinnier.
It just looks like a dildo, and then they all fly up into a spaceship. It's because no one's having sex on this planet.
They just use it as like prison systems now.
They inadvertently
to the dildo.
It's like their subconscious is thinking about what they want, but they're not getting any of it. Let's see. Okay, so now we get to the point where I think after that we just go to Earth. And what's different from... Have you seen the 1978 Superman, the first one? No. So I had actually just rewatched that a couple weeks back before we did this. So I was able to compare more than when I first saw Man of Steel. And there's a few things that are different. This movie is pretty much very similar to that one. The way it starts off is like identical, except it was filmed in the 70s, so it's obviously not as eye-pleasing.
Wait, isn't that the OG Superman?
Yeah, Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, we watched the South Park.
Yes.
I know exactly.
Rest in peace, Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, he's not alive no more.
Okay.
He was a good guy.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at a South Park episode.
Yeah. So, one thing they do that's different is I think the first Superman starts off. It's actually kind of funny. So, and I like what Man of Steel did better. So they show his ship goes all the way to Earth. I'm guessing it's really quick because he still looks like a newborn baby when he gets there. Like he's still like probably a year or less. Mm-hmm. In the first one, I guess it took a couple years to get to Earth. So when he gets there, he's like 5, or no, he's probably more like 2 or 3. But he has hair when he gets there, and then as a baby, he picks up a truck, and then his parents are just like, what? And then they take him in. It's kind of cringe, but I like how this one he got there so quick to where he wasn't aware of his powers or whatever, or he had to like learn. I really like the flashbacks. You know how you see him as a kid and how he didn't automatically know how to use them, because in the first one he pretty much does. Yeah. Like they show him in high school.
2 years old, he's just like
they show him in high school, and I think they show a scene where he's running like the Flash, like all fast, and he catches up to some school bullies that like bullied him, and they're in a car, and he catches up to them, and he just like waves at them, and there's no one cares.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I like what they did in this one.
Yeah, flashbacks. Pretty much he was learning his powers through the whole movie. Yeah, and even Zod was more powerful just because he was like a military like. Yeah,
Superman had no training at all. He just like
it's just a scrub.
He's just living. Let's see. Oh, this is one thing I thought was kind of stupid. At one point, there's a scene where Superman's dad, his Earth dad, goes up to him and said, it's when he first tells him that he's an alien, pretty much. And I do like this scene because I think Superman, as a kid, he says something like I should, what am I like? I'm not even from here. Like, what I'm supposed to do, just keep pretending I'm your son. And he's like, you are my son. And it's like very like touching, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a nice sentiment, you know? But then he kind of says something, and if you think about it, it's stupid. I don't think I caught this the first time I watched it, but he says he took a piece of the Codex, I think. He took that piece of metal, and he took it to a chemist or some metal guy on Earth, and he was like, I've never seen any metal like this. It doesn't exist on the periodic table. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give it right back to you. And if this was real life, this guy would be like, what the hell is this? And he would not give it back. This shit would go straight to the military. Right? Am I right?
Probably.
Like, there's no way this guy would just be like...
He just found a new element.
Yeah, like, he's like, this does not exist. I don't know what this is. I can't do any damage to it. I don't know what this is.
When you said it came with
where did you get this? Right? Yeah. And then he would ask, where did you get this? It's like, no, I just found it. It's just like, all right, well, here you go. Like, I would be like, what is this, you know? It's kind of...
I mean, I guess he's just giving it to him because he came with it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he's I mean, what else am I going to do with it?
No, I mean, I'm talking about... I get why he gave it to Superman. I'm saying he said he went to a metal guy. And it's like a throwaway line, but he says like, oh, I took it to a... Oh,
chemist. Yeah, if I didn't know what it was, I'd probably like take
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just a throwaway line, so I guess whatever. But... Damn, Nick.
What else, bro?
What's your note say?
I just started following the story and then slowly just started watching.
Let's just go. We'll go through it then. I actually don't know what I mean by this. I wrote John Kent. Oh wait, no. I said, why are parents mad Clark saved their lives? Oh, it's the bus scene. Remember?
Oh, yeah. He saves, like, some kids in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And his parents are just like, what are you doing?
There's...
Oh, yeah, the bullies.
The bullies' parents go over to Clark's house when he's a kid. And they're like,
They're probably
like,
just freaking out because they don't know, like, what the hell.
But they're pissed off. Like, their kid would be dead. Even I would still be like, holy shit, like, what is this? I would want an explanation. I just thought it was kind of funny. I think we laughed about it when we watched it.
Yeah.
The bar scene. This is when Superman, it opens up with him, like, I think
that was cool.
He goes to the bar, or he's working at a bar, and that one dude, like, smacks a chick's ass.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like,
he tries to, like, fight Superman, and he pushes him, and it's like pushing a freaking statue. He's like,
I actually do like that scene.
That was cool.
And then Superman just completely destroys.
Made him look like a bitch.
He just destroys his car or his truck.
Yeah. If I was his friends, I would have been like, damn, bro, you can fucking push him.
What do you think of the truck scene where Superman goes and just, like, completely destroys?
I feel like he's better than that.
Do you think?
Like, dude, that guy just lost his job.
Do you think?
That guy's like a trucker. Like, you just canceled him.
Did the guy deserve it?
I don't think so.
You didn't
just walk it off, dude.
You're Superman, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. I feel like
I don't know.
I don't. It depends on how you feel about it. Cause
whatever. Yeah, watching the movie, it's funny, but thinking about it, like, damn.
Superman's supposed to be like a really pure-hearted, nice person. He's like, all right, let me
Captain
just go.
America
Fuck this guy's job.
Got
all right, now this is the note Nick asked me to write down. I wrote, this is when Lois Lane first appeared. She shows up, played by Amy Adams. I actually wrote, I think this is the best Lois Lane that we've had out of all the Superman movies, which I think there's only been, like, the old ones. I don't think there's any other ones.
No new things.
But I think she does a really good job. I like how they give her stuff to do. You know, she's, like, reporting and stuff. She's not just kind of there to scream and be the damsel in distress. But I wrote, Nick told me to write, Lois Lane equals Nick Batty. It says, Nick Batty list, remind me to change number 5 to Isa Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, yeah, number 5 on my Batty list. It was Billie Eilish, but now it's Isa Gonzalez. This is totally irrelevant. That wasn't even a movie note. Just Lois Lane just reminded me.
You just were like, dude, I remember when she popped up, you were like, dude, she's bad.
I said that. I didn't say that exactly. Dude, shut the fuck up. I did not say that
exactly. Why would I write
it? Where's the receipts, bro?
I don't know. We said it verbally.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She's a...
I just said, I just said she's attractive. She's a nice girl. I like her nose. It's a good slope.
It's a nice nose.
Dude, noses are good. Best Lois Lane so far. This is when she breaks into Superman's ship, which it's not his ship. It's like a ship that was sent there years before he was even there.
Oh, so it just called to him. Yeah, how did his dad do all that whole, like, projection thing?
I think it's because he built the ship so he can, like, make a projection that seems lifelike.
Yeah, but then he was, like, talking to him in real time and everything.
Dude, it's alien technology, bro.
It's weird.
It's too good.
It was a pretty cool scene, though. They were, like, fighting.
But yeah, pretty much, I wrote down this. Do you remember when they walk inside and Lois Lane's following him? Mm-hmm. And he is learning who he is for the first time?
Yeah.
And then he looks at these pods, and he looks, and in most of them, there's, like, dead bodies. Mm. But in one of them, it's open.
Yeah.
And we were like, bro, who got out?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What do you think Zack Snyder meant by that?
I don't know. It might just be nothing, or it might just be, like, an Easter egg that they can call back to later if they decide to, like, introduce something.
My guess was, after looking back at my notes, I was like, oh, shit, it could have been Supergirl. Because Supergirl's supposed to be, like... I think in the comics she was sent...
She has a show, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. I think she was sent right after Superman was sent. She was supposed to go there to kind of protect him because he was still a newborn baby. Mm-hmm. And she was, like, I think maybe like 15, 16 at the time when she was sent off too. And I think she got trapped in the Phantom Zone, or her ship got hit off course. So it took her longer to get there. So when she gets there, she's like the same age as Superman. Oh, wait, no, that's what happened. She goes through the Phantom Zone, which time is all messed up. It's like a black hole, I guess, in the comics. So when she comes out, she has only aged to like 23 or 27 or whatever. and Superman has aged that entire time as well, even though she was like 16 years older than him, but now they're the same age.
Oh, they just like caught up.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what happened.
It's gravity bends time.
So that could have been it. I don't know if that is, but that wouldn't make sense then, because I think they said that that ship got there like thousands of years before Superman was even born. So who knows? That doesn't make sense, but
that'd be cool.
That would have been cool. We don't know. We got a lot of DC news too. We'll talk about that in the next actual full-on episode. Save that.
Oh, we do have a lot.
There's like
send me a shit ton of
DC has been making moves, but let's keep going. Let's see. Oh, this is right after the Superman gets his suit. What do you think of the suit?
The first. Oh, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
It felt, and this is kind of like with a lot of the superhero movies, like mainstream ones. A lot of the like, I guess costumes are really modernized, so they're really like toned down colors. They look very like military-ish. I don't know.
I wrote that I wish the suit was brighter.
Yeah.
Because
that's like you give the Flash like a maroon like suit instead of like a red.
Yeah.
Like it's just like,
because in some shots it looks like he's wearing like the black suit.
I feel like at that point that's just like color grading.
It could be that too.
It is color grading.
Yeah, because the movie it does have a little. I
mean, unless they made the costume like that, or it was like,
I don't know.
Color,
I know they did. They
post.
did brighten it. It looks. Is it just mirrored? Is it the same in Batman vs Superman, or is it a little bit brighter? I don't know. The cover just looks dark.
It looks brighter here. Look, he's like flying.
It does actually. I don't know. Who knows? But we thought I think in Justice League they made it like bright blue.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think from now on they're making it bright blue.
I don't know if they thought it looked corny, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
If it was like the normal color.
Yeah.
It's Superman, bro.
I said that the flying physics and look really good in this movie. Like how when he's flying and all the other ones he was kind of just like on a green screen, just like kind of floating pretty much.
Yeah.
And this one it's like when he like goes through the air, it's like a jet.
Yeah.
And the physics
when he was
really
trying to learn
good.
how to fly in the mountains.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Really, I love I think they got the Superman physics down in this movie.
Yeah.
Because in all the other ones, he just kind of punches people and they're like, oh, and like it doesn't. You can't really get a understanding for how powerful he's supposed to be. But in this one, I feel like you really get that.
Nice.
Now I don't think I told you this when we were watching it. I saved this to get your take because I felt like our takes were different.
Mm-hmm.
This is the final flashback we get in the movie. It's the tornado scene. What do you think of the tornado scene?
His dad could have made it out of there.
Yeah. So I wrote that I think Jonathan Kent's death is the stupidest death I've ever seen.
They were trying to make him more... Dude, he looks so weird as a kid too, because he's like a full-on like 6'4" or whatever buff guy, and then he just has like a bowl cut like a teenager.
How old is he supposed to be?
I hope he's supposed to be like 24 or something. Yeah, so he's no one looks like that when they're 18, bro. What are you from, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah, there's animation.
Those anime fucking... I don't know. But yeah, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've seen the movie, but if you haven't, his dad pretty much... They go under a bridge because there's a tornado coming towards them. His dad goes to let the dog out of the car. Good thing they saved the dog. Props to them. The dog runs, the tornado's coming, and his dad's just like...
His ankle gets caught on something.
Yeah,
so his
pretty much he's like
struggling,
something. And by the time he's already on his way back
he's
from
limping,
the car...
and then he stops.
Yeah, and then like Superman's like...
He's like, should I go out and get him? And then he puts his hand out and he's like, nah, let me die.
That's like the equivalent of like...
Look, I get it. Because they did this...
He could have died.
I think that this is... I think this is a thing they do in every single Superman movie where the guy dies or whatever.
The guy...
His dad. Yeah, his dad dies in every continuity or whatever. And I'll tell you how he dies in the original. I don't know how he dies in the comics because I've never really read any Superman comics apart from any Justice League or crossovers or stuff like that. But I can tell you in the original, the 78 movie, and the point behind his death is supposed to show Superman that even with all of his power and abilities, he couldn't save him. Mm-hmm. But in this sense, he could. And that's why I think it doesn't work. It's probably the biggest thing I dislike about the movie. I can get over it, but like let me tell you how he dies in the original so you can get a better understanding. And this is a better death, I think. His dad dies in the original from a heart attack.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. So he's kind of like, oh, dad, or whatever, and he can't do anything. He legit can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know? So...
That's like a natural cause.
Exactly. And this one, it's just like... Like, and
I mean,
at one point, Superman even was just like, oh, like Dad, you go with Mom under the bridge. Like, I'll help, like, get these people out. I'm stronger. I'm younger. I could even, like, walk a little bit faster than everybody. And his dad's like, no, go take your mom under the bridge. And then he just stands there while his dad, who's like a 58-year-old man, like, trying to do all of this stuff. When if he could have just said, like, all right, yeah, you do it. Because even if Superman got, like, stuck, like, his ankle, it wouldn't even affect him.
Yeah, it would have made more sense if he died, like, his dad died when he was younger, when he was still trying to figure his powers out. Because then he wouldn't even know we could have helped him.
Exactly.
And that probably would have been even better.
See, yeah, that's the whole point of it, but that's probably my biggest critique with it.
I think they tried to make it too dramatic, and it just threw, like, logic out the window.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it looks cool visually for sure. Yeah. I know Zack Snyder's big on his cinematography and all that. Yeah. Which there's a lot of really good shots in this movie and in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bills, bruh.
What else we got?
Dude, we should review Watchmen too while we're at it.
Dude, yeah.
I actually need to watch that again, just like one last time.
Do it.
And we'll review Watchmen.
Let's see.
It's part of the DC low key.
Right after this, not much happens. I wrote Lois Lane must be the best reporter in the world because she's the only person who tracked down Superman's identity. Remember we actually talked about.
Oh yeah, she was just in Antarctica during that time.
Yeah, so she
just likes being really nosy. Remember?
This is another big. This
guy's like, don't go in the ship, it's dangerous. And then like next scene, she's just like crawling into the ship.
Yeah, this is a big change from the original, and I wanted to ask your thoughts on it because I'm not sure how I feel still. But let me tell you this. So in this one, when she first meets Superman or Clark Kent or whatever, it's in the ship. She's getting attacked by the little like alien thing, and then he jumps and he breaks it, and then he uses his heat vision to cauterize her wound. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So when she's first introduced to him for the first time, it's as Superman.
Yeah.
So she met Superman. She didn't meet Clark first. In the original, she meets Clark, and she gets to know Clark as a person, and then she meets Superman, and then eventually it's kind of like Spider-Man. She knows Peter Parker. She doesn't know Spider-Man. Yeah, and then...
Your friendly neighborhood spider.
It's pretty much like that. And so in the original, it's kind of like saying, like, okay, like, she fell in love with Clark. She didn't fall in love with Superman. So in this one, I'm like...
It's Jose and Lauren.
I guess I'm saying, does she just like him because he can fly?
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, what... How did he... Yeah.
Because they're...
It's like dating the... Yeah, that's weird. Because then, like, you learn who he is as a person afterwards.
Exactly. So she technically fell in love with Superman in this one. Because at the very end... That's pretty cool. It's kind of cool. It's definitely a different change, but... I mean, I don't really care.
Whatever.
At the end of the day.
I'm just mad she's not dating me.
Yeah, Nick... She's, like, on Nick's... she's somewhere on the baddie list. We don't know where.
Number 6.
Number 6. Also, she's above Billy.
Billy's like... Yeah.
Damn, bro, you dropping Billy now? Yeah. Dude, Nick was on Billy for a long time.
Ever since I saw that video of her, like, mouthing a ukulele, like, you know, like, she's like...
Oh, yeah.
This just weirded me out.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
End of story.
This is okay, so this is when the movie kind of goes into full gear. I really like this scene. It's when Zod comes back and the TVs turn on and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you are not alone.
We gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. I think this scene was actually really cool. I really liked it. I thought, dude, I actually thought it was kind of scary. Like, the sounds. Like, it didn't scare me, but I can see if it's happened in real life, I'd be scared. You know,
oh, yeah, like that shit came on your radio.
Yeah, and, like, it's on everyone's phone, everyone's TV.
Yeah, that would be weird.
It was really cool. I really liked the way it was done. Then... They capture Superman. I love the shot where Superman's walking and he's got handcuffs on, and they're like escorting him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Remember Superman in handcuffs?
Yeah, it's like,
and he just breaks them off.
That was pretty cool.
And he's talking to him. Yeah, through the one-way glass. That's a good scene. Damn. Let's see. What else we got? I got a couple more notes, Nick.
Dude, it says they have special features on this where it's Krypton decoded, and it talks about the Kryptonian tech weapons and stuff, so we actually could have watched that shit.
Damn, Nick.
Just educated ourselves.
Damn, you hate to see it.
That's lit.
Anyway, I like the detail where how Superman, since he's lived on Earth his whole life, he's used to Earth's atmosphere, and as soon as he goes on the Kryptonian ship, which is made for Krypton's atmosphere. He's kind of like he's like coughing. You know, he's like SpongeBob. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was a cool detail. You know, I probably wouldn't have thought of that. I'd just be like, oh, he's Krypton, so whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good detail. It plays a role later on in the movie as well with Zod and how he incapacitates them. We got some product placement. IHOP.
Oh yeah. So Superman's school bully becomes the manager of IHOP, and then it eventually gets like destroyed because when they're fighting in that like tiny town, they just fucking wreck everything, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna.
They don't give a shit. I don't think they even like evacuated people. The military just came in and just started shooting.
They started shooting jets down the main.
I mean, they probably left the city when they got the message Zod was coming, and they're just like, hopefully, oh, shit, like I'm my farm.
I thought when Superman's actual father takes over the ship from the Codex and then they break him out, I thought that was cool. How he was like helping Lois Lane get out.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
He's like closing doors and stuff.
Yeah, like chill. He would like she'd go into another room and he was already there.
And he's like on your left and then
like duck.
Yeah,
that
was cool. Let's see. This is where I wrote the fighting physics are great because I know the flying was great, but the fighting when you see them like punch each other. Like the Kryptonians fighting, you can legit see like how, you know, they're crashing in the shit. Yeah, the contact seems like really hard.
When he was getting like two-pieced by those Kryptonians, they were just beating him up, throwing him around and shit.
It looks really good because they're moving like fast, but you can still kind of see it. Yeah. It was really
They would like
good.
jump place to place and then like just fight each other.
Quite nice.
Didn't he get shot in the head, Superman?
Like, he just kind of like flinches real quick. I liked.
Dude, where's that shot where Dude, wait, we watched both these movies. There's a shot where he gets shot, like Superman gets shot in the face and the bullet like hits his eye and it just like
That's Superman Returns.
Which movie is that?
That's from 2004? It's the one of Brandon Ralph or Ralph.
Dude,
or
that's
whatever.
a cool shot. I wouldn't think it would be.
Yeah. That's like the best part of that movie. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the rest of that movie is bad.
Damn, that's a cool ass poster. That's a really cool poster.
Really cool, bro.
The suit is kind of like, I don't care about the color, but it looks.
It looks like spandex. Yeah. Yeah. It was still early 2000s. It
looks like you can get dirty easy. It's like, fuck, I have to wash it.
Yeah, they showed that in the first trailer for the movie too, so it kind of ruined the scene. Like if that just happened in the movie, you'd be like, oh my god, the bullet bounced off his eye. That's so cool. But that's the best scene in that whole movie.
I thought that was Man of Steel.
Huh? They should have done it in Man of Steel. That would make it cooler. Yeah. Let's see. I wrote, speaking of what we just talked about, I said Superman got shit on 2v1.
Yeah.
He's getting completely wrecked.
That was a good 5 minutes. He was just fighting.
He's just getting shit on, bro.
It was the woman and then the big ass dude who was just like.
Yeah, dude, they do they clotheslined him at one point. Like one of them picked up and threw him, and then she.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I think I actually like screamed out. I was like, holy shit, dude, fucking saucing him.
I wrote the girl's name was like Fornia or something like that, or Forna. I wrote Forna fighting soldiers OP.
Oh yeah, she was pretty much like phasing soldier to soldier.
Yeah, there was like 20 soldiers that pulled up and just started shooting her, and she was
just like
she's moving so quick through all of them, just like one punching all of them. And then the one guy wants to knife fight her, remember?
Oh, yeah. Doesn't he get saved?
Yeah, Superman comes.
Dude, I'll give him props. That guy was ready to, like, do it, bro.
He emptied, like, a Uzi. Then he pulled out his pistol. Like, he emptied the whole thing. Then he got the knife. I love how she pulls out a knife, too. And she's like, all right.
Yeah. She could have easily killed him, but I guess she likes fighting.
Yeah. I feel like there was, like, low-key sexual tension.
Like,
I think I said that during the movie, and you just made a face at me. I was like, bro, look at that.
These are horny people.
Yeah,
they're trying to take over this planet.
They've never had sex. There's no sex on Krypton.
That's pretty much the plot of the movie. Horny people trying to take over a planet. I mean, they literally have ships that like implant themselves in the earth.
You know, since we were talking about this, do you think Superman at this point in the movie is a virgin?
I don't know.
Because, okay, look, this is one thing I also don't get. I don't know how this dude's still getting bullied when he's in his 20s by people. He's an attractive man.
It's weird, yeah.
You know, like I feel like he's an attractive man. I feel like he could get any woman he wanted, but he's like all shy. He has Michael type game.
Damn.
I love you. I don't know. And then the other thing, actually, I'll save that for Batman versus Superman because there's a scene where I think it's implied that we'll save it. Of
course, I was almost gonna bring it up.
Yeah, we'll save it till that episode. Okay. Okay, the final fight, the most infamous part of the movie. The fight against Zod. Once Superman stops all the other Kryptons, they like drop a bomb with that one dude suicide bombs the ship. It goes into a black hole. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And then it's just Superman and Zod left, and Zod's like I have nothing else to fight for, and then just whatever. And he's like, you have to kill me.
He's pretty much just like an extremist, just doing whatever.
They just fly through every and any building in
oh my god, yeah,
in Metropolis. And
they were playing like.
When I first saw it, I was like, damn, this is crazy. But then I was like, wait, now I'm like, holy shit, dude, the amount of people that must have died.
Yeah. I was saying they should have went to like the desert to fight.
Yeah, Superman should have drawn him somewhere else, you know? Yeah. But he was like, oh, whatever.
See, Batman would have thought different.
There's a scene where Superman grabs his head and he you know when you kind of, if you're like slamming someone's head into a desk or something, you're fighting, he's slamming Zod through multiple window panes across a building, just breaking all the steel beams and everything, just like then the building falls.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about it now, dude. Holy shit.
Just no regard for human life, man. Holy crap. Not just Zod, Superman too.
It's like stepping on an anthill. It just fucked everything up.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, my last final notes. I said, how many people died in that final fight? How many do you think? What would you reckon?
Definitely in the thousands. But I don't know.
Has it hit 10? Or is it below 10? It's gotta, dude.
Those buildings fell with people in them, so definitely above like 10.
How?
5,000 or greater.
It's definitely a lot. I wonder if Zack Snyder's commented on that.
I mean, he would just make a number out of nowhere.
He'd probably just pull it out his ass.
Yeah, just because whatever he says is the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably about 20 feet. He said, I wrote let's see. Okay, so this is when Superman and Lois Lane kiss. I said, does she like Superman for Superman or Clark for Clark? Which we kind of already talked about, but.
I think she met Superman, but probably fell in love with Clark because that's his more human side.
That is, that's true because she could have. At one point, she tracks him down. She wants to pursue this story about an alien. And she finds it out, and then he pretty much says, like, oh, like, my father died, or whatever, and I could have saved him, but he believed that people weren't ready to know me. And then he was like, what do you think? And then she was like, nah, like, I ain't gonna say
I mean, if you think about it, Superman is who he is. Clark Kent's, like, the fake part of him. So it's good she fell in love with Superman. Because that's, like, the most truthful he is about himself.
I guess so.
Like, Clark's not even his real name. Why would you like Clark Kent?
But I mean, he's grown up with Clark. He didn't know about Kal-El until he was like 28.
Oh yeah, that's not even your name.
Yeah,
what the fuck, Clark.
So, couple last final points on this. So he's fighting Zod. They don't care about everybody in the. They get to the final scene where he's about to. Zod is threatening to use his vision on on a family.
I mean, honestly. You should have just let him do it. Like, what's one more body? He fucking killed the whole city.
I have a couple. Yeah, that was my point. I was gonna say, why is Superman so against killing him? Because he's probably responsible for so many deaths at this point.
Yeah.
Like, what is Zod's life? Because he snaps his neck.
I mean, I think he really didn't want to kill Zod just because he felt more connected to him as a Kryptonian.
Maybe, but
that's like, dude, like if like. The two last like Native American people like were just fighting each other. It's like, dude, I really don't want to kill you. You're like the last like bloodline that's like connecting me to my heritage.
Last Mohican.
And then you just have to kill them.
This is how I looked at it.
He also has to protect the human race, which is like he's also identified with helping.
Yeah,
which his father gave him the choice to.
I think. Okay.
Damn, that's why, because his dad was like, you can unite these people, and he's like killing Zod, and it's kind of like messing it all up.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a question for me. That's like what the last thing was. And then besides that, I just wrote that at the end of it, it ends with him going to the Daily Planet to be a reporter like Lois Lane. And
I report on all the buildings he fucked up.
I said, how do people not recognize Superman?
I guess he flies too fast. I think if you really saw him like Lewis.
Actually, that's a good point.
He's always just...
Many people probably don't see his face clearly. They just see...
If Superman walked into a Starbucks and then you saw Clark, you're like, holy shit, like, you're the same guy.
That's what...
Like, you have to take a minute to really look at his face.
That's what the Flash does. He, like, moves his face, like, really fast, vibrates it so you can't get a clear...
That makes sense.
Do you think Superman does that?
Probably.
I read somewhere that this is kind of a comic booky thing. I read in the comics that the reason why
he
they
wears
don't...
a mask. Imagine if he wore a mask.
I think they said that his glasses are like Kryptonian or something.
Ooh,
and
that's actually pretty cool.
And that he's able to...
But what if he took them off or dropped them?
I don't know.
He's like, oh.
I don't know, but I know there's been things where people write like Superman is like a master of disguise. he hunches his back over when he's Clark, and he kind of like... Yeah, that's pretty much what he like does. A simp. Yeah, that's exactly what he does. Which in the original movie, that's how he's acting, and it's actually a really funny scene. Lois Lane meets Superman for the first time, who she doesn't know is Clark, nice. And she's like talking to him. She's like, she gets a one-on-one interview with him, and the reason why Superman's doing it is obviously because he likes Lois Lane, and she doesn't know that.
He should give that guy Clark a chance.
He doesn't say that, but he started talking to her. But she actually did agree to go on a date with Clark. So after he flies away as Superman, he then knocks on the door as Clark. And he's like, anyway, I was thinking I could take you out for a nice burger. And then the whole time she's just uninterested because she's thinking about Superman. So he kind of
be like, all right.
He cucked himself.
Damn. You can't do anything at that point.
There's actually there's kind of a weird... I thought it was kind of weird. I don't know how... There's a scene where she says... Is it true you could see through anything? And he's just like, anything but lead, because he can't see through lead. And she's like, oh, that's interesting. And then she's just like, what color are my underwear? And then he's just like, and he just like looks her up and down. And he's like, And then she's like, oh my God. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, sorry, I'm just a little embarrassed. And then he's just like,
it's like I'm wearing them.
She's just like, or he's like, oh, they're pink, by the way, or something like that. And she's like, oh my God.
She looks like she would wear pink.
Anyway.
And if when his eyes like heat up for the vision, what if his like
his
crotch
God.
area just gets hot?
Like, we'll get more into that in Batman vs Superman, but I think that's all I got for my notes.
Looking at the movie, actually, the casting is really well. I'm looking at all the names.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually cast very well.
I really like the casting. Let's see.
I recognize all these names. Holy shit. Nice. Good job. Are you ready to rate this thing?
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
We pretty much went through the whole everything.
Wrap it up, Dan. I
think it's a different vision because Zack Snyder is known for his tweak it a little bit.
Is Zack Snyder-ness?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think overall I like the movie. I think there's a couple things that are kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. But that's with every movie, I'd say. I think still overall I really like the movie and I would love to see a sequel. I'm surprised it has not gotten one
I always
yet.
thought there was a sequel. That's how out of the bubble I am. I was like, oh, there has got to be a second one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never made one.
Henry Cavill is saying he still wants to play him.
Yeah, actually, I sent you a quote. Did you look at it?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
That's his brand new today. He legit said, like, here, I'll read it. Did
this come out 2016?
Dude, no, this was like 2012.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking about Batman vs.
Yeah.
I'm, like, connecting them too much.
Henry Cavill said he still wants to play Superman because we knew he was coming back for like little cameo roles, like in probably Shazam 2, I would imagine. Yeah. But people weren't sure if he was getting another movie or like anything else. But he said, I quote, children don't necessarily see me as Henry Cavill, but they might see me as their Superman. And there's a lot of responsibility which comes with that. I hope that I get to play more Superman in years to come. So that he's pretty much confirming like he's in, which I'm glad to hear.
It's up to the studios, which like, dude. Yeah, everyone's pretty much back on board.
We have a lot of news coming. DC is seemingly back in a big way.
Yeah.
So Nick, what would you rate it? Are we going out of 10?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you go first.
I would give it.
Because I got hot takes.
Probably a 9 out of 10.
Damn.
Just because there's some stuff you pointed out, I guess, made me think.
Mm-hmm.
But overall,
I really like it.
It's a really good movie.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think I would. I just wanted you to go first so I can drop it. No, I was originally thinking a 7 because I thought you were gonna go 8. But since you go 9, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll give it an 8.
Alright.
So, because I I think.
What I'm saying is it's not perfect.
Yeah, no
It is
movie.
really
I don't
good.
think there's any perfect movie.
Well, Parasite.
If we find a perfect movie, let's rate it and we'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Parasite.
Parasite?
Let's watch Parasite again. Dude, really watch Parasite again, and we'll rate it.
We'll see. I don't know if I can give Asians no 10 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn!
No, I'm kidding. I love that movie.
Not in English. -1.
No, yeah, that's
Fucking.
why. Yeah, but I'll give it a. You gave it a 9. I'll give it an 8, just because I think you know, I don't really like a couple of the changes. I don't like the death, so that's gonna knock it a point.
Damn, a whole point.
Yeah.
I took the half.
They didn't give Superman the iconic curl. Superman has that little curl on his head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. I think that's kind of.
It's kind of corny, but I mean,
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see the curl.
What if he just had it like when he was doing his hair and he was like, ugh.
That'd be, you know, if they did that, I would allow it. You know, that's
Yeah.
cool with me. But
Yeah,
because
that's
the
what they did
curl,
in Spider-Man. They did like little like Easter in most
Yeah.
Spider-Man movies. They always do little Easter eggs,
yeah,
but they don't make it like permanently part of the movie.
that's true. You know, yeah, because of that, I'll drop it a half point. You know, and then I'll drop the other half point just because. What was my other thing I didn't like? Oh, because of
Dad dead.
the Zod being killed, and like, but he doesn't care about it, but he's mad for some reason.
That boy's confused.
It's a little confusing, but you just kind of like accept it, and it's like, okay, that lands me at an 8.
Yeah.
So there we go. I think it's a decent movie, and I'm excited to get to the next one,
I'm actually really excited. Too.
Batman vs. Superman.
That's the one I've been thinking about mostly.
Yeah, Nick just saw it for the first time, so if you want to listen to our review on that,
We saw the ultimate cut.
yeah, the ultimate cut of extra 30 minutes of content, which made the movie rated R, not for your average little child.
Not a lot of director's cut make it rated. Actually, no, most director's cut make it rated R. Never mind.
Yeah, so I was really hyped to watch that. I was like to see what Nick thought about it. So yeah, we'll get into that in the next episode. So Nick dropped that 8 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. I gave it the 8.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, great start to the DC movies.
Oh, sorry.
I can't wait till we get to the ones that start kind of sucking.
Picking up. Oh,
Yeah.
sucking.
Yeah.
So just start roasting.
I want to get to like, I won't say what, but if we get to ones that are just like trash,
Suicide Squad.
we know Justice League is going to be. I can't wait for you to watch Justice League. Nick hasn't seen it. That thing is trash. Can't wait to roast the hell. That's just going to be a roast.
That's so weird when a movie has a high production but is bad. Like what?
Oh yeah,
Dude.
The studio fucked it up.
Like what the fuck?
I actually read, actually we'll save it for that episode. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening to the review, and
Hope you guys like the movie. Comments.
yeah. If you want to hop on the train, go ahead and watch these movies in your free time if you haven't seen them yet, so you can understand what we're talking about.
Yeah. We're just gonna watch the DC movies in order.
We'll probably do some other movies eventually.
Yeah, if you want any other movies, drop them below.
Request movies,
We'll shit on anything. I don't care. We'll shit on The Irishman.
Maybe, yeah, I'll shit on how long that shit was. Okay. Thanks for being here for this. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching there. Even if you're not there, go over there right now and subscribe.
Go right now.
New content coming soon. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, at Cosmic Kickback. We got our personal YouTube channel and Instagram and Twitter is all in the description below. Go follow us there. And make sure to actually follow the Cosmic Kickback on Twitter especially, because we actually post a lot of when news first breaks, new trailers, new stuff, we always post the stuff on there so you can see it first. So make sure to follow us there, notifications on.
Fortnite.
So you can know whenever the new Fortnite season drops, or the new
Bill and Ted.
The new Bill and Ted trailer drops, the new Cider Cut trailer drops.
It's
Anything new, we got it on the Cosmic Kickback Twitter.
On that shit.
Just follow us everywhere. We got you. And yeah.